somebody that's doing business or somebody that owns a business or wants to start a business, if it's something you're really passionate about, you will see it to the end. Road no dey that side. Make we turn back. Make we use the other side. Waiting I love oh, waiting I love oh. From them you can extract oil. You can extract something they call PKC. But nothing is ever truly as glamorous as it seems until you try your hand at it. It excites me every time I think about it or talk about it. That's if anybody will even join the life. Eh? Mental waiting. Could I be? Nah. Just imagine. Have you ever imagined dying without fulfilling your goal? Hey, please, I'm not a pessimist though. This is my third attempt at making this video in the past 3 weeks. It might even be more than 3 weeks at this point. I hope this is the final attempt. Dear Mark's diary. The first time I made this video, I was telling you how this diary is just going to be mostly about just my business woes and documenting my journey in all my businesses, right? So that I have something to come back to look at, to do plus and minus with, and to see where I came from and where I am at that time, or where I will be at that time. That's what I said in the first time, among many other things. And then what happened? I was looking at the video and I was like, nah, I don't like it. So I attempted the second one. Now the second one, that was last week. Yeah. I was just talking and talking and talking, and this, my very good friend here, I'm talking about the microphone, was not picking up any sound. So after talking for like 30 minutes, I noticed that it wasn't on. Like it died. So yes. That was very devastating. So now this is me trying to make those videos again, but the thing is I'm not going to remember everything I said, so I will just give you the updates from where I am now. So short recap. I started a new business, kernel crushing business. I saw it online, I saw it on YouTube and Twitter, and I was like, okay, let me give this a trial. Supposed to do it in a different location, but then I found the location closer to me, so I decided to do it here instead. Now that being said, let's get down to it. Okay, so far, when I made the first video, I had not yet started, right? I was about to start, but now I have started and I have seen what I wanted to see. Okay, so I started, I went there, I met the people, met an association, and then they gave their own 2 cents. Being a young person, I actually have a partner, Charles. So being a young person, being young people, in an environment with like very, very older elderly people that think that they know better, or these are young people, they probably just want to make quick money, they want to make quick cash, they don't know about business, they don't know, just all of that. So they're just telling us, this is not quick money, this is like this, this has ups and downs. So which business does not have ups and downs? Like, I already have a business, so I already had a business before this. I have it still active, and I also have it with Charles, and I have seen ups and downs. But I don't even think I want to talk about it again, because I said in the two previous trials before this, and I'm tired of repeating it. Maybe one day later, maybe the next video I make, I'll be gingered to make video on it, to talk about it again. But yes, I've experienced ups and downs in that, so I know what it looks like, right? It just, as somebody that's doing business, or somebody that owns a business or wants to start a business, if it's something you're really passionate about, you will see it to the end. Like, no matter what the ups and downs are, you just see it as, okay, that means road no dey that side. Make we turn back, make we use the other side. Do you get? So that is business for you. It can never be like this. It can be like this. It can be like this. It can be like this. It's just like seasons. But the thing about business is with consistency and sometimes persistence, because sometimes you might not be seeing anything, but you just keep going at it. Why? Because you have a liking for that thing and you have passion for that thing, or you just keep going at it, right? Waiting I love, oh, waiting I love, oh, waiting I love, I go do with all of my heart, oh. That's currently my favorite song this year. Yeah. So if you like it, you have to do it with all your heart, because if you don't do it, actually speaking, other people will do it, another person will do it, and when you see it later, you'll be like, oh, what if I had gone through? What if I did it? And all those ones are in your back pocket. That one is your business, because you're the one that didn't follow through, right? And if you have the opportunity to go, like, it's even more painful when you had the opportunity and you could not even leverage on it. Maybe, for instance, maybe you are not really, like, maybe you're not really having things really tough, maybe in terms of money, like financially. Let's say you have the funds to go for it or something, and then you just decided to go with the safer or easier route. There's nothing wrong with it, though, but if it's something that you really wanted to do later on, it go they paying you. So, which is why I said, okay, now that I'm done with all that has to do with school, this, that, after all the chaos I went through in that university, I'm like, okay, let's do this, right? So, and this was the business I chose in addition to the other one. So, I'm going to be taking you on a journey. So, the palm kernel business, right? So, it's palm kernel crushing. So, in the palm fruits, and that's what it's called, the red, orange looking fruit thing that they wash and get red oil from. Inside it, there's something they call the kernels. So when you crack it open, you see the small kernels there, like black, brownish looking things. So those things, from them you can extract oil. You can extract something they call PKC. That is what they use to make feed for livestock, most especially pigs. There's another thing called the wet cake. That one is further like crushed to get more oil from it, and then also the sludge. And then this is the oil. Let me shift on my phone without it to go.
Took it well now.
The oil. So here I was showing what the oil looks like when it comes from the crushing machine to this place. Then the pumping machine looking thing takes it from the drum to the filter, where it is then filtered. So yes, this is what the drum just looks like when it hasn't been, what the oil looks like when it hasn't been filtered. Then here I was showing what the PKC looks like. It's then put in bags, like it's already in a bag now, so it's going to be weighed then. So then here we have the oil after it has gone through the filter, and so it looks better, it looks cleaner than it was when it just came out of the crushing machine. So yeah, I told him to just like use something to bring it up so you can see. Now the oil itself is used for various things. It can be used for cooking oil, like refined though, a bit. When refined, it can be used for cooking oil. It can be used to produce cream, soap, and those are the things that come to my head right now. So and then it's actually good business based on the research I did, and it's something that has quite a high demand, and I think the demand even beats the supply, so it's always in demand per se. Both the oil and the pickle, like all the byproducts, are in high demand. So I was like, okay, but nothing is ever truly as glamorous as it seems until you try your hand at it and see what it looks like. So I have started. No, it was me and Charles here. So we started, and we actually started with a higher quantity than we thought we would, because why not? We had this is so but not too high, just like a bit higher. Let's say we wanted to start with a figure, we just increase it by like maybe 20 or yeah or 30%, and started with that instead. So I'm not going to be giving actual figures here, because how would I do that? We're going to be talking in percentages. So out of this, right, um I already did my calculations down. I already wrote, oh, okay, what was my expected cost going to be based on everything I was told? Because when you go there, you have to ask questions. So I asked, and then they told me the cost of this, cost for that, cost of this, cost of that. Then I wrote everything down, and I wrote, okay, these are estimated costs. And then I also asked about the returns, and I wrote it down. Oh, these are estimated returns, and then they will come from this. This will come from PKO. This will come from PKC. This will come from the red cake and everything. And I wrote all of them down. But there was one thing they kept telling me is that there is a possibility of having shortages. In fact, it happens a lot, like 70% of the time, right? So I was already expecting that. And they said that I asked what could cause the shortages, right? And then they mentioned the quality of the kernels. Um, some kernels could be filled with like chaff, per se, like things just maybe to just add weight to it, but it's not actually the kernels. By the time you crush it, you won't really be realizing a lot of oil from it. And so that was one of the downsides I learned about. And then not until after this my first trial, I learned that also the machine that they use to crush it, like the factory you're crushing at, if the machine also has problems, then your oil will short. And now there's also human error. If you know, you know. Okay, so like from the figure I was expecting as my expected profit, right? I actually got about 70% less than that figure. Now it didn't touch my capital. My capital is fine. I still made profit, but the profit I was expecting to make, the profit I made is 70% less than what I expected to make, right? And uh, it's not bad. At the same time, it's not awesome. So I have already thought about some things that I will put in place to try to avoid something like this happening again. For instance, the factory that they crushed our things at was not the factory we are supposed to use initially. So I have said, I beg. Make I go back to the place where I know. Mm. So we should go back to the factory that we're supposed to crush initially. So when they're supplying the kind of this time around, they shouldn't take it to any other place but that place. Also, I want to be there throughout the whole process, because for the last time, because of where they took it, and they kind of pushed my work, so I wasn't there for most of it, so I wasn't really able to completely monitor it. And these are the early stages, so I really want to be hands-on. I mean, I saw the process, but for someone else's own, because I was trying to wait for my turn, right? That's saw the whole process, and I'm going to post the video actually. So so like, yeah, this is the factory. And oh, fire, oh, fire. And then this is a toaster, I think, or dryer, or whatever anybody wants to call it. And then this is a drying kernels, right? So this goes from here, right? That place there, we'll get there. So here I was showing where the PKC comes out from. So it comes out from here. So it's crushed. This is a crushing machine. So this PKC comes out from here, while the oil comes out from the other side. Okay, so here is where the oil goes into the drum, right? Okay, so this is a basket that is used to trap the wet cake, so the wet cake doesn't get mixed up in the oil. Yeah, so the oil is then scooped from this drum into that other drum that I showed earlier. This is an old filter. I don't know if it still works, but it's a filter nonetheless. The oil is supposed to actually come in these drums, but like there's no oil in them now, right? But they usually are inside drums like this. So this is where they are shipped stuff from, but like everything here is empty. So it's a fun one. Actually, it's a nice business for me. Like it's an exciting one. It excites me every time I think about it or talk about it. I always get excited. That's how I am for most of my businesses. When I'm making plans, is that business ideas. Because I only have two. Why am I talking like I see them plenty? But soon. So yes, um, like I said, it was less than what we expected, but we thank God and we'll go at it again. Adjust some things here and there, correct some mistakes here and there, and do better in the future. So that's that on that. So currently I'm waiting for the second batch of kernels to come so that I can repeat the cycle. So at this rate, from what I'm saying, I think I should be able to do the cycle about 3 times a month. And it is 3 times because I thought that maybe we could do four. I'm saying 2 or 3 times because it takes a while for the kernels to arrive in a way. Like you send the money, then it takes forever. Although I learned from another person that oh that normally you're not supposed to send the complete thing, but then when we went to there's somebody that I met there. I want to call him a mentor, but like he's kind of the one putting us through. He has been in the business for a while. So when we went to make inquiries, we met him, and then he kind of took a liking to us, and he just helped. I know that nobody does anything just because in this world. I don't believe anybody does anything just because, right? So I know, but like he has actually been nice, has been putting us through, he has been carrying us along. So he's one that helped us, okay, he's one that's showing us the right people to go to, the connect to buy this thing from, the ones that are good, the ones that are bad, is the one that's carrying us along. So for now, I don't want to go and do it. I know when I don't know anything. So I'm just coming down and following, learning, being patient, just just taking it step by step, step by step, step by step. With time, one will grow, one would get better, one would, you know, detach, maybe, hopefully. Okay. So yeah, that's it on that. So I'm waiting for the next batch to come in so that we can redo the cycle again. Let's know what exactly went wrong. Although for this cycle we're getting less a less quantity of kernels than we wanted to. So like the previous one was higher. And then this one I was asking her why are we getting less? I actually paid like which made us pay less, not because we didn't have the money. And then he was like, oh, that our own was kind of taking a while to get done. So he kind of asked another person, and then the person, instead of the person to just take this small portion, this person decided to add to it. So that adding to it now kind of ate into our own. It's okay. So it's not like it's a small quantity as well, just like still a large one, just like a bit less, like 500 grams, the gram. Half of a ton. Yes, half of a ton less than what we usually, like than the quantity we usually take. Still fine. I just told him that next time, please, we want to be going at that same quantity so that I can be able to just be working at full capacity per se. Like let all the money be working, not that some will just be sitting idle. You understand? The only thing I want to be sitting idle for now is the profit, which will be compounding. In case of anything, there might be times when maybe like now we made profit but we made less. Who knows? There might be a time where maybe it might be a loss. You need to like pad it up, pad it back up. So that's what that is for. So what does that want to talk about? Oh yes, my other business. I the last time I said that was 3 weeks ago from the first video. I was like, oh, I need to make content for the brand because I kind of like hit a roadblock, so things are just a bit confusing. I don't know what to do. I don't know if there's any point. Of course, it's a point because I mean, it's what we want. It's what I chose, right? It's just not easy. Especially when you hit a roadblock and it seems like you're back to square one again. You have to start all over again. It's not sweet. It's not something nice. But you have to do it. I mean, when you get knocked down, you have to get back up again. So I have just been thinking, okay, how best to approach my Instagram community, my business page, how best, because I've been away for a while. I mean, I was away for a while and I came back and I said, oh, we're back, and then I went away again. It's just not encouraging at all. Even for the people there, they'll probably be like, this people are not serious. So I've decided I'm going to go on a live. Even though I don't like those things, but sometimes you just have to be like vulnerable with your people, right? And just be personal, do more personal stuff. Let's not just be you're trying to put up a kind of like a calculated brand, calculated content all the time. So I'm just going to go on a live and just talk to them like, oh, okay, that's if anybody will even join the live. And just be like, oh, okay, hello. I know you people must have been wondering where have these people been, and everything. Okay, what kind of content would you like to see? Like, or just talk about yourself, like, because it's a women's health brand, focus on women. So just people can just send in stuff, what it's been like over while, or experiences, right, that they've had, whether recently, whether old, whether somebody they know or something. I think that would make a lot of sense. I don't know, I just feel like that is a good way to approach it. I already spoke to my partner and he was like, that is also not a bad idea. So I'm thinking maybe Saturday. I don't know if these kernels are going to arrive because it's been since Sunday that I made payment for it. Probably supposed to arrive today or tomorrow. So I'm going to call the guy after this video. And if it does not arrive today, that means probably arriving tomorrow, Saturday. So I don't really know. But I'll just put my mind on Saturday, right? Because Saturday is a weekend, right? So the people will obviously be around, but a weekday is not really funny because even myself have stuff that you do during the weekdays, or weekend is just time that people relax, chill. So I could do that on a Saturday. Hopefully I get a positive response. But regardless of the response, I'll be here to tell you how it went. So yeah, what does that want to talk about? Oh yes, I wrote some things down, like just like some thoughts. I don't know if you ever. Okay, I should not be asking you. Sometimes I make up scenarios in my head and then I just talk, like talking to yourself. I saw a tweet on Twitter that if you make up scenarios in your head and then you talk to yourself, this that you have a mental illness. I was like, mental waiting. Could I be? Nah, I don't have any mental illness, so I don't know. I believe a lot of people do. I mean, in the comment section, some people were like, "I beg you." Does that mean a lot of us have mental illnesses? Sometimes just like think about something and just imagine the scenario. Like, what would happen in that case? Like, what would you do? What would you say? How would you feel? I don't know if it makes sense. It's like, what would I do if I'm found in this kind of situation? What would happen if this thing happens to me? or how will I feel? I wrote some down actually, right? And I was just thinking about them. I was thinking out loud, and I was talking to Charles about them the other day because like it's always the one I talk to about almost everything and anything. And I was just asking him that just imagine this. Thank God I'm still writing things down because I used to feel like, oh, I will never forget. I will never. And the thing is, I'm a very, very forgetful person. Like I'm currently considering buying a notice board. I'll just hang it in my room or in my living room here. Just put it there. So I'll just write stuff out on it. Like I wanted to write a list of maybe anything that comes to my mind. Maybe something I want to buy, I'll just write it down. Something I want to do, I'll just write it down. Something I want to ask somebody, I'll write it down and put it there so I don't forget. Okay. So the first thing I thought about sometime that was like last week or 2 weeks ago. No, 2 weeks ago. I was like, what if like not what if just imagine, have you ever imagined dying without fulfilling your goal? Like you know that thing that really, really eats at you inside, like you really want to do. That thing you really, really wish to do or wish to achieve. Imagine dying without achieving it. On the flip side, what if when you die, you might not really pay you like that, sha, because you don't go, you don't go. But like, okay, let me leave the dying part out. Imagine just living and not achieving that thing that you wanted to achieve. Like, how would how would it feel? And you just be living like you just be so unhappy, maybe in old age, and you just be reminiscing, you just be like, and I wanted to do this and I wanted to do that. Would you really be happy? Or another thing was imagine doing what you love. You know when they say, oh, do what you love, do what you love, do what you love. That's what's going to give you a big break. That's what's going to make you somebody. That's what's going to make you renowned. That's what's going to make you um feel fulfilled and everything. But imagine doing that thing and never catching a big break. And a big break doesn't necessarily mean oh fame, popularity, or no. Like maybe the big break could be that thing, that aim, that thing you're trying to achieve. Like, okay, let's say you start first and now is an example. Maybe I'm running now and I want to reach the end of the field. And I feel like when I reach that end of the field, there's a way my body will now be like my bones will be stronger, my legs will be this, that. And then I've been running, running, running. In fact, I've reached the end. I've come back. I've reached like 2 times, and then my legs don't feel the way I thought they would feel after running that distance. Like I don't know. I just feel like it would be very, very devastating. Like imagine after, like okay, for instance, now you feel like oh you are passionately like passionate about one thing or the other, and then you're just going at this thing, going at it, going at it, going at it, and at the end of the day, nothing. I don't know if there are people that actually living that reality because almost everybody says, do what you love, do what you love. That's where you get a big break from. That is where you achieve your goals from. That is where you become fulfilled. That's where you feel satisfied and everything. But what if that satisfaction never comes? Okay. Hey, please, I'm not a pessimist though. It just came to my mind and then I was just thinking about it and I was like, just imagine. I don't pray for that to be anybody's portion, sha. Not mine, not even my worst enemy, not any of my friends, not even my family members. Because it doesn't even look funny or sound funny at all, at all. So that will not be anybody's portion. But just have you ever thought about it? I thought about it and my body was just doing so much, so much, so much, so much like so yes, that is everything I wanted to talk about. but I think maybe some other things, but I've probably forgotten. Probably I'll remember the next time. So I will attach every video I need here. I say I need, I have for my for the new stuff to show you the process, what it was like, what the place looks like, what the proceeds, is it proceed? What the products look like. I'll just put everything else. I'll be documenting the process. The only thing is that I could not record mine like when everything came out in its full glory. I could not really record that. But this next time I will record everything so that I can really have something to come back and look at and see progress that is being made. So, and that has marked the end of my diary session. Yes. I forgot. I just remember one thing I said in the first video. That was why I wanted to have a diary, right? When I was small, a lot of my friends used to have diaries. They used to talk about how they used to write in their diaries. Some of them, their diary had a padlock. But I tried having one. Oh. The thing is that I was too lazy to keep one. Plus, I don't even like writing. Like, I'm not that much of a writer. I don't really enjoy reading books like that. I read though when just like once in a while. Like I could read just one book in a year if I even remember to read a book at all. So I wasn't really fascinated by writing. I didn't really like writing. So the whole journal diary thing, anytime I started, I was just maybe I'll start today. I don't even know what to write. I'm like, am I supposed to write everything that happened today here? Or what exactly? I'll just say, well, maybe tomorrow. That tomorrow come out, another tomorrow, that tomorrow come out, another tomorrow. And then there was this time I read one book when I was in secondary school, one of these teenage Christian books. And then she had this journal that she was writing to God, where she would tell God this and that and this and that. I was like, oh my God, she's so nice. I should do one too. I should create a journal to God in university, in secondary school. So I started writing my own journal to God, and I did it for like 2 different days or more. But like the third, I even forgot I was even writing journal to God until one day like this. I just said, okay, this journal is still here. And that was the end. But now, because I want to document this, I was like, okay, let this be like my business stroke work stroke life diary. So I'm going to do video diary because I think I prefer talking to writing. I'd rather talk. Right. The same I'd rather watch movies and read a book. I think they said it's a bad habit to have this aunt. So when I was small, she was always talking about how it's always good to read. Reading is always good. Reading is always good. Help you to develop your vocabulary. Help you to do this. Help you to do that. Help you to do this one and that one and this one. I used to try sharp, but so now I'm going to do this so I can document my process. And if the other people, general public, see it, if they don't, just you and me. So I think that's enough talking for today. And by the time I come back again, I hope I have enough to load. Maybe by then I would have recorded the whole process of the next one. Hopefully, I remember and I don't procrastinate as much. So, bye. Okay, so here you're probably wondering why they're sweeping. My shipment for the kernels arrived. So these are the kernels in bags, a lot of them. So everything is money now. So the ones that fell out, they had to sweep it to like pack it up and add it to the ones here. So this is where they've started taking it in to put it in the dryer to start working on it. So yeah. So this is it in the dryer, drying out. Yeah, this is a different factory. If you're wondering why it looks different from the other one. So this is the second factory I was talking about that they brought you to. So yes, we already know what this is, the crushing machine. And these are bags of PKC. They're not mine. These are the ones that belong to other people that had already done theirs before me. So this is what it looks like when it has been tied up, and these ones are not yet tied up because we're done recently. So here they're trying to set up the filter because it wasn't working. So they're trying to figure out what exactly was wrong with it. So yeah, that's all for today. So I'll see you next week with more videos and more updates. Bye.